Good evening, everyone. As you know, I've been running some tours with my cycling using the one day race. Well, a lot of people often wonder what Roberto's long game is like. So tonight, my intention is to run one stage using Heroes of the Road, the long play game which is used for the Grand Tours, the 5, 6, 7 day events, and to show you how it basically runs. One proviso here that I will say is Simon from the group has got a lot of homebrew that he has put into a spreadsheet, which is called SB Tweaks, which I'll show you in a minute, which is what I use for a lot of it as well, because it just improves the game. For once, sometimes it doesn't. But let me go through my basic. This is the result recording sheet. Basically, all the riders and all the teams are here. Then we go to the stage times, which is obviously the rider, the team. Let's just say that's the second stage, the first stage. Like it says, Francesco Gavazzi was second in the sprint, scored 4 sprint points. His time was 3:21, which was the time of the peloton, whereas our leader finished in 3:20.13, which is almost a minute earlier, plus that, which would have given him a 57 seconds, Joe Mendes. There, because the top 3 finishers in this get time bonuses. There's no time bonuses on the sprints, just the top 3 score points on the sprints. There's no points at the end of this event. As people know, different ways of running different things. But obviously Wikipedia is a good place to look to see what points or what they're using, or cycling news, which is one I quite often get the results from. Because one of the things I need is the winner's time. Because what we'll do is we're going to run stage 3 in a minute, which is a mountain stage with an uphill finish. The eventual winner finished in a time of 3 hours, 47 minutes, 50 seconds. So that will be our winner's time for today. And then everybody else will be worked out from it. Depends on breaks, obviously gaps, and gaps in the sprint finishes and everything else. The rest of the next little bits is all for just basically your input in this page. The next page is team times. It gets from the stage times if we go to the end. Basically, you've got a total time and time minus bonuses. For team times, it's always the total time that's used. Time bonuses do not come in anywhere. And time bonuses only start to come in, as you see here, there's 8 seconds of bonus. So instead of 6:52.31, there's 6:52.23. And this is the time we use for the GC, the general classification, which is the time minus any bonuses for an individual. But he doesn't get that in the teams. So basically, the team time is what times they finished. There's a few different size teams. The event actually, when it was won by Geraint Thomas of Team Sky. This is King of the Mountains, so as points come across, it'll all sort. Sprint again, points coming across from the sprints. Teams, total times, which is, for the teams, it's the top 3 riders. The 3 quickest riders are added together, and that's put into there. General classification is their times added together, and that's slowly coming into here. And at the back end, I've got a presentation sheet, which makes it all fun, because once you've filled out the stage time sheet with all the bits of information, you can just hit the sort button. It'll go through everything and then come back. And we've got our top 10 currently. It's run. Emmanuel Buchmann is leading. Muel Seni is 6 seconds behind, and then Lucas Schwartz is another 13 seconds behind there. Lee Howard is leading the sprint, and Emmanuel Buchmann is also leading the King of the Mountain. Okay, Roberto does basically a sheet. On the sheet, you will get the stages at the top, which will tell you where it starts, where it finishes, what type of stage, whether it's mixed, plain, or mountains. It'll give you the distance, and in bracket U means it's an uphill finish. This is the last one of these. Today's stage is 137 kilometers. There's 3 mountains classed it, but I've classed it as 2 because there's 2 mountains and then there's an uphill finish. So there's points for that. And also the finish, yes, we'll get points for King of the Mountain because that's going to be the 3rd climb. Then after that, you've got the first bit is the top 10 elite riders are listed. He makes a roster for that. Then you'll have a roster for your climbers, which means that if we've got a climbing section to sort out and there's no extra riders, it will be fought between those. You have your sprinters list, again the same. Each rider will be classed for sprinting or for things, and they could have some asterisks after them, which basically gives them a little bit of an advantage. Then you've got your roster for your regular riders, and then you've got a roster for others, which is a team roster, and once you choose the team, then you will go back and look to see who the rider is in that team. But that's one thing I've done. As I've said, I'm going to limit that one down because I want to bring up another one, which is this is my helper sheet. Okay, I can eliminate that a minute because we've not started. So basically, what I do is at the start, I've got all the riders down here and they've all got a code. And I use the lookup function in Excel. Codes are in here. So we've got a climb saying it's only the climbers involved. I can copy that. I can paste it into here and it looks it up. I know there's 9 riders. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 climb stars. So we'll put those in because that's the asterisks. And if we go over here to where the climb is, percentage, forget the sprint chance because there's nothing there. This one goes 1 to 11, 12 to 21, 22 to 30. And basically it's worked it all out. We roll the two D10s and we get a result. So I just want to do something else a minute just to try and bring this one up on top. Because I like that on top of the spreadsheet so it stays visible all the way through. Right, that's better. Yep, okay. Alright, so that would be that bit, but we'll show you this in action as we go. It's quite easy as well, it helps a lot, this sheet. Out of everything I've got here, please take note that I will not be offering the main sheet. I can offer this sheet out quite happily, because you obviously fill it in with all your own information, and it's pre-programmed, so it's a nice little sheet to have. So I can make this one available if anybody wants it. Just post in the comments below, message me in Facebook or in the Robert Chevalier Facebook group, and we'll get it there to you. And as I said, there's a third set of sheets in here, which are quite important, which is called, I've called it SBJB New Tweaks. It's Simon from the group, he's created it. And you've got a lot of tabs down here. First one is retirements, which we'll roll in a minute, because that's the start. Breaks, obviously, what we're on a mountain stage, so we'll roll on that table in a minute to see what happens with the breaks. Duration is another one we'll roll on, which is as it goes up each mountain, down each mountain, when the breakaway has happened, that will be sorted from here. Where the breakaway happens, we'll look down here. It's a mountain stage. There is a category 2. There's 2 category 1s on this stage actually, so it's a very high climb. We'll go up here and depends on what we get. We'll work out where the break happens. Finishes obviously depends on what will happen in the finish. Gaps at the finish are worked out with the first one. Once you've got your first group, then the rest of that group we work out. If they roll a d6, which will be the red one, if it's a 1 to 4, they have the same time as the rider before. If it's any bigger, if it's a 5 or 6, we'll roll again, and the black die will be how many seconds they'll be behind. We finish calculating the first group, Then we'll go on to the next group, and however many groups until we reach the peloton. Obviously, there's gaps. We roll again to see the size of gap, and then depending on the size of gap, that's how many seconds go. Time trial we won't be using, but it's basically each rider, when there is time trials, gets a letter. If he's a K and we roll at 7, he'll get 2 seconds added to whatever the par time is for the course. M for 12 is a mishap, so he'll get a lot longer added. A surge really can get down. Like an A raider could take a half a minute off the team trial. An intermediate is for intermediate sprints. This is basically, we're going on to stage 3, but it's sprints with points only. There's no time bonuses. So as we'll be on stage 3, we'll roll 1d10 3 times. If it's 1 to 2, it's a regular rider not on the sprinter roster. 3 or 4, it's a rider on the sprint roster. 5 to 8, a rider from the top 5 in the points competition. And 9 or 10, a rider from the other roster. And we'll work that out as we go. But as we say, it's time to get started. So at the moment, we've got a full field. So first of all, we need to work out, is there any retirements? It's a mountain stage, so we'll add 10 to this dice roll. And it's the top 2 we want, black and white, which is 63. 63 means plus 10 for the obviously mountain. 73 means we've got 2 riders retire. So 2 riders are dropping out of the event. Now we need to know what's retiring. So if we go down here, if it's 175, it's another rider. 76 to 95, it's a regular rider. 96 to 00, it's an elite. So our first roll is 77, which is a regular rider. And our next roll is 99, which is an elite rider. We're losing 2 better riders. All the others are falling in. So first of all, we go to the regular roster on Roberto's sheet. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 riders listed. Let's see what percentage we get. We've got 28. If we go to 28, it's David Formolo. And he's part of the Cannondale team. And our elite rider that we're losing, there's 10 elite riders. Although they're all different. And 35 means we're losing from the AGR2 team, Domenico Vivio, and he's from the AGR2 team. Right, the way I represent this is I will go back to my main sheet, which is my tour, go to stage times, go into stage 3, finish time, which is here. I'll find the 2 ones, AGR Project, Dominant Solo, and I'll give them 5 hours. But I also come across here and just make it a very orangey color, just to say that that's out. And the other one was Cannondale, for Molo, 5 hours. What we'll do then is as we go along, they'll still get the same time in each stage. It's just this stage will put them an hour and a half behind. So they shouldn't affect the standings at all. Okay, that's our retirements out of the way. The next part of the stage we have to go through is to work out is there any breaks. As we said, we're on a mountain stage, and here we go. We're going to roll the 2d10. 99, which means we've got 4 breakaway groups. So we're going to have a lot of fun at the end working all this out, unless they close up. Next thing to do is work out where they're going to break away. We'll work out the group composition in a minute. So there's 2 climbs here. Just a D10. First one here is 7, which is our second ascent, which is good because it means that I don't have to work them out to start with. I will work them out after the intermediate sprint, and then we'll start using breakaway duration rolls and anything else. So it looks like we're going to get to see a bit of everything tonight, apart from a sprint finish. But there again, it's a mountain stage, and I'm not expecting one. Okay, so the first thing we come across is our first mountain, Mountain 1. Mountain 1, if we come up to here. Right, when no breakaway consists of the points for mountain, there will be a climb up roster sprint. Right, so we've got to roll 1d6 we're looking for. And we'll see what we get. A 5. 4 to 6, no one joins the climbers. So this one will just be sorted out amongst the climbers. So as we say, we've done some things quickly to make a bit of speeding up. And paste the values. So we've got 9 riders. And I think it's 8 stars. And this is the tile where we want to look at the percentage climb chance. So first place is going to go to 29, which is here, which is Stefano Perazzi. Of Bardini. And he'll get 10 points, I think. Let me just check. Yeah, no, it's the top 5 actually. So top 5 up the mountain. So we need to do this 5 times. In order to help me out, what I'll do now is copy from here down. Paste it in here as a value. Cut that down to 8. And have we lost anything? 2, 4, 6, 8? Nope. Making sure that gets to 100 at the bottom right of there. And we go second. 09, the top guy. A Foliforov of Gazprom. And he gets 8 points. So we're coming down again, taking it down. Sorry, no, I want to copy that. I don't want to cut it. Cut it will give me problems. So that comes down to 7. And that also comes down to 7. Now we roll again. Oh, 7. Wow, it's giving me low. It really is giving me low numbers. I wasn't expecting that. And that's David Orico of San Giammi. And he'll get 6 points. Next up. Now we're down to 6 riders. That looks like 7, and we're at 63, which this time is Geraint Thomas of Sky. Our eventual winner of the race in 2017 when it's run for real. He'll get 4 points. Such as these two. Make sure I pick up a few bottom, then it takes that out. So that comes down to 5. That goes to 5. 100 again at the end. And we roll again and we get 44, which is Michele Scarponi. And he is part of the Astana team. And he will get 2 points. Okay, we'll go and put those in on the sheet just to... We'll do it slowly like this, it won't hurt. Right, mountain number 1. Right, Bardini. So it gets a 1 and 10 points. I'm doing this for a reason, actually. I wouldn't normally do this to the end of the race, but it's easier to do it now and to show you things in action, which I'm hoping it will do. A Follow of Afghanistan gets second place and 8 points. David Orico of Sangiini gets third and 6. Geraint Thomas of Skye gets fourth and 4. And in Astana, there's Gary Bay gets a 5th for 2 points. Right, now if we go to the end a minute to the presentation and watch that King of the Mountains. Sort that out and back up to the King of the Mountains. Now you see Stefano Pisassi's got above Buchanan and a few more coming in. So that's just basically to show that bit updated. We'll carry on and run the next bit, which is the sprint. The sprint we run using Simon's sheets again. We go to the intermediate sprint. It's just 1d10 for the 3 positions. There's 3 positions available. And they'll get 6, 4 and 2 points. The last stage, the 5th stage, they get double on the sprint, but for the moment. An 8 is a rider from the top 5 in the points contest. So T5. Next one is a 9, a rider from the other roster. And the last one is a 0, again, it's a rider from the other roster. So we've got 2 to generate from the other and 1 from the top 5. So we'll go back to our sheet a minute. That one. And we'll go to presentation. Points top 5. Each one we're given 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So it depends where we go. And we've gone 70, 20, 40, 60, 70. So Francisco Gavazzi will take a first for 6 points. Now we need to generate 2 from the other roster, which you're going to have to bear with me while I do this off the charts. So first of all, we're going to have a rider from AGR2. And then we're going to have a rider from, roll again, 93, 77, Sangimini, or whatever it's called. Sangimini. That sounds good. Right, so let me go to another, this chart is the easiest one to work off now. Right, I want an, what's the first one? AGR2, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there. Where's my calculator? 100 divided by 6. So it's 16.67 chances of them coming up. And we've got 38, so 1632, so it's the third one. So that's Clement Chevrier, who'll get the 4 points. And the last one is a Sangiani. This is the easiest way for me to do it, because I can find the team here. An R is a regular rider, an E is a elite rider, and an O is another. And all 8 of theirs are that one. So calculator is 100 divided by 8. I think it's 12.5. Yep. 55 divided by 12.5. 4.4, so it's the 5th rider. And that's N. Gofferini. The next bit may take some time, but let's put these sprint points in first. Let's get that out of the way. Once we've got the chance. Sprint, so first we said was F. Gizazi. I need to find him first, that's the trouble. I didn't write down his team. Ah, there we are. He's Androni. And he gets the first. And 6 points. Second we said was AGR2, which was Clement Chevalier. So he's got second and he'll get 4 points. And third we said was down at Sangamani. Nicholas Gaffani was third and he gets 2 points. So we go back to the back again. As you see, sort it all out. And there you see Lee Howard's gone down second and Francisco Gaviazzi has managed to take over the lead. So that's all the points that's going on there. That'll finish up at the end. We've still got one more King of the Mountains to do, and then the finish for times for everybody. So I'll get on with it, because I don't want to hold around too long. But now comes the bit of a time consumer, because we have to generate 4 groups. So bear with me while we do this, but I think it's good to do it online, and I know it'll take a little bit of a while. But first of all, we need something else up, which is this one. Right, how many are in the group? Group 1. 48 is 5 riders. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Group 2. 74, which gives me 6 riders. Group 3. 49, which gives me 5 riders. And group 4. 72, which gives me 6 riders. So that's 4 groups. Wow. Okay, group 1. Here we can see where we're going to go. It's a mountain stage, so it's plus 10. And after the first elite rider goes, we'll be going at 15 a time until we get through all the elite riders, if they all come in. Then that comes off. But it's plus 10 on every roll. So let's carry on. 27 plus 10 is 37, which is a regular rider. 17, 27, a regular rider. 76 plus 10 is 86, which is an elite, which now we're going to go plus 15. 65 is a regular. And 32, 47 is a regular. So that's 4 regulars, 1 elite. So let's generate this group. Right, regular rider. Who's first up? 38 is E. Prads of Caja Royal. Of Caja. Right, next we got another regular rider. 89 is Mattia Cantanea. and he's Androni. Right, our elite rider is 30, which is Thibaut Pinot, and he's FD05, he's FDGA. Chance to put that in. And two more regular riders. 96 is Roland Dennis of PMC. And the last one, 01, which is Brent Bookwalker. Where's BMC as well? So how we're riding with Dennis. Good, group 2, 6 riders now. Right, what are we doing? 30 plus 10 is 40, regular. 79 is an elite, so that'll be plus 15 from now on. Another elite. Then we've got 9 elite riders, another elite. 09 plus 15 is 24, so that's an other. And 64 plus 15 is an elite. 2, 4, that's 5 elites. I'm just going to keep a tally on that. I've only got 9 of them, so. Right, regular rider first. 31 is David Villela, and he's Canon. Elite riders now. Pinot. Got 13, which is Thomas. I know he's Sky. He's SKO1. I can remember that much. D3 is M Scarponi. Who's ASO4. Must be Astana. Next one, 42 is out. 73, yep, Pierre Roland. Cannondale. CA06. Let's get the other elite rider in here a minute. One I know is no good. 38 is no good. If it's not about 15, 86, that might help. Yep. Di Solano with Italy. And the other rider comes from Tyrol team. Tyrol team. Let's bring up that other sheet a minute quickly, which is this one. This is Sebastian Schronberger. Tyrol, and he's what? TY07. We've got the calendar a minute. Let's go and put some numbers in. Bear with me just quickly while I just do this. It'll save a bit of time in a moment. It has to be done at some time, so while we're here, it's CAO2. Let's see what I'm going to do with these groups in a minute. Kaja. CRO3. Sorry, he's an R, not an E. Mistake then. That's CRO3. Andromeda. What am I looking for here? AN06. Ron Dennis, which is both are BMC now. BM07 and BM01. Right, so I'm just looking to put some dots on here a minute. Bear with me. So Thomas is in, T-Bolt's in. Scarponi's in. Roland's in. And Ciliano's in. So I'm just putting some numbers here for the elites a minute so I know what to run. Because I've got so many out, then it saves me looking it up. So I've got 59 to 70 is good. 79 to 85. Because I'm still not going to get all the elites in here in the end. Then 93 to 00. Okay, right, on to the next group. We'll go back to the sheet we're looking at. Right, 78, so that's 88, so that's an elite. 74 is an elite. 15, 30 is a regular. 68 would be an elite. If we get another elite, there's no elites left. So 70 is an elite. So that's all the elite riders used up in here. So it's just a matter of working out which order they go in. I've got 4, so I'm going to go 1 to 25, like that. So the third one down. Egan Burnell. Who is ANO2. Got 3 of them left. So it's the first one. Mikel Landa. Mikel Landa, which is an SKO4. 3, so it's the top one of them. So that's E. Bookman. BO2. And finally, the last one will be R. Torres. And he is ANO8. And then we've got a regular rider. 52. J. Mendes. And he's Borough. So it'll be a BO number. Quick look. BO04. Right, there's no elite riders left for this last group, so we could be rolling for a while. Plus 10. Right. Okay, right. Nothing's going to roll low, is it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to forget the plus 10 to try and get this done. So there's two regulars at the moment. If I take that plus 10 off, it's another regular. 12, 22 would give me another anyway. 01 would give me another. And 71 is too high. Number 66. See what I mean? It just decides to roll away with it. Right, I've got 4 regular riders, so I need to see what we've got in here. Yep, regular riders. 65 is Elwar. I know he's not in yet. He's Aqua. 45. Hugh Carthy's not in here. He's Cannon. 02. He's in. 09. Decurso. Nope. So you're alright. BMC. 87 on here would give me Mkatiana, who's there. So he's been used up. 90. 69 is LL Sanchez, Luis Leon Sanchez. Sanchez, which is Astana. Right, 2 ordinary teams. 85 will give me Tyrrell. The other one is 43. So give me Aqua Blue Sports. Right, now we'll need to swap back over to this one to work this one out. The Aqua Blue Sports won't hurt to start with. And we've got how many ordinary riders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is number 2, which is Calvin Watson. He's AQ 02. Now we need another one from. That's the Aqua Blue Sports. Now on the Tyrrell. And we'll go fill the rest of the bits in, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Which should be quite interesting. 93, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 25, 50, 75, 87 point something. So it's V N D A Y. Don't ask me how to pronounce it. I'll leave that to you experts out there. Who is TY08. Good, right, now we've got Cannondale. Hugh Carthy, CA03. BMC. BMO2. And then we've got Astana. ASO3. Right, I put 4 code letters in on these because there's a simple good reason. In order to keep up to date with what's happening. Right, let's come back across a bit. We'll start here with group 1. And we'll put in the caps lock. So I've got CR03, AN06, FD05, BM07, and BM01. Right, group 2. 2, we've got CA02, SK01, AS04, CA06, TY07, and IT04. Right, group 3. There's a good reason for doing this because when we get the duration rolls, we might have one move up a group, one move down a group, and it just saves a lot less hassle on writing on my part. And I'm all for not writing because there's quite a bit of writing involved. As I said, I'm writing a lot as I go because I need to keep the records. And it's not a quick flick through a couple of dice rolls and you're there. It's a lot more in depth, which is what I like. You know, it can take 2 hours to run some stages I've taken in the Tour de France. So it's not for you guys that want a quick fix, quarter of an hour game away. You know, you can put the best part of 40 to 50 hours to a Tour de France if you include creating the spreadsheets and everything. And finally, okay, that's that bit done. That's what groups in, and as I said, they've been put in for a reason. So right, now we've got breakaway duration going up the hill. So we're going to roll on this table now. And we've got a 17. One racer from each group falls back to the group behind. Start with the lead group so it's possible for riders to fall back more than one group. If there is only one rider currently outside the peloton, treat as no effect. And look at that. Straight away we've got what we wanted here, which was starting with the groups. Right, so we can clear contents here a minute. Right, we can take group 1. We use the sprints because it's nowhere near. You just clear that contents. 5 riders, yeah, 5 riders in the sprint. Let's roll to find out who's dropping out. 31, it's AN06. There you are, Matti Cantiano. But he'll get to go again now. It's possible for a guy to get right back from the front group to the peloton. And that one, that's the front group sorted. Now the next group. No sprint stars. And there's 7 riders. And we'll roll to see who's dropping out. 34 here is M. Scarponi, ASO4. So he goes down into the next group. Right. So now we're on group 3. Who's dropping out of group 3? 6 riders. 6 riders. Yep, that's in the rightful place. And we've got 61 this time. 61 is BO02. See how quick it is by doing it this way, just to change the groups out now, and let's put the last group up. And there's 7 riders. Excuse me. 7 riders, and 64 means that Calvin Watson, AQ02, is just going to drop out. And there we are. We're back to, we've got our 4 groups. Yeah. 4 groups here, and we are going to go up to the top of Mountain 2, which will be sorted out by the 5 riders in the front top group. Will be getting the points. No, that's not actually. It's 4 riders left in Group 1, so there's 4 from Group 1, and then Group 2 will be getting 1 guy. So I'll start off with the 4 from here. We'll go down a bit so we can clear the contents as we go. And there we are. We've got our 4 riders in. Any climbing points? Yes, there's 2. There we are, 0 to 100. We'll be looking at the climbing chart. So first guy up is 69, which is Rowan Dennis. Gets the first place. He'll get 10 points. And that goes to 3. Still got 2 stars there. Yep. And 77 is the bottom one, Brent Bookwalker. And he gets 8 points. Really rode well together, the 2 BMC riders, to get to there. Yeah, we need to put this to 2 because it's going to get split. Because 48, because of the 2 stars you get there. That's T Pinot of FDJ. Gets 6. E Prods gets 4. Gets 4. And Edward Prods is part of the Kaja team. And the last person will be one of Group 2. Which can be copied. This can be pasted in. Right, what have we got? We've got 6 riders. And we've got any stars? 2. And we've got 84, which is Di Solano of Team Italy. That's all the King of the Mountain points, so let's put those into the chart now. And then we'll got one more breakaway roll, and then we've got the uphill finish to sort out. So let me get these points across into our main chart. Move it across a bit. It's frozen deliberately. Mountain 2. First was Dennis. BMC. You were second. So you get 8. And Rowan was first. You'll get 10. Third is FTJ. for 6 points. Fourth was Kaja Rural, Edward Prads, was it? You will get 4 points. Who's fifth? Oh yeah, Team Italy. Daniel Salinio. Fifth, there we get 2 points. Right, now if we go to the presentation again, and you notice Stefan Pazzazzi is top 110. Oh, wrong button. So I meant to do, sort, and now you've got Stefan Pazzazzi and Rowan Dennis on 10, both at the top. As you see, those points have sorted through, and they're there now for other purposes. Okay, now we're going back to our duration roll for the downhill. So what's going to happen on the downhill for the duration roll? 44. Mixed or plain stage, no. Mountain stage, all roster climbers not already in a group will form a new group from the peloton. If all are already in groups, treat as a roll of 81. It is one racer joins each group from the group behind. Start with the rush group so it's possible for a driver to jump toward one gap. Right, I need to check all my roster climbers quickly. Bear with me. Alexander Fozziov certainly isn't in a group, so we'll have group 5 for him. Group 5, which is GZ01, SA01. No, he's not there. BA07. Nope. SK04, Macalanda, I do believe is up there somewhere. Yep. Egan Bernal, AN02. Yes. Mikko Scapriani, AS04, he'll be in there somewhere, I do believe. Yep. Geraint Thomas, SK01, yes, he's there. FDF Peterson, Ron Dennis is there. So there's group 3 into group 5. So we'll just add that new group. Come down here and put in group 5. So we've got 5 finished groups before the peloton. So it's going to be quite a long finish. Please accept my apologies if this is going on so long, but I wanted to make sure I did the whole stage so everybody could see it and get the benefit of it. Right, so that's my 5 groups all ready for the finish. Okay, right, now we're going to get into the finish, and one of these lucky guys is going to get 10-second bonus. But who? It's a sprint finish. 4. Okay, right, who's going to win the race? Here we go. First, and the time is going to be 3:47:50. And it's 35. 35 comes out as T Pinot. 50J. Right. So let's get ready for the next one. And second is 48 from there, which is Rohan Dennis. Right, let's look at the F6. If it's a 5 or a 6, then he's going to get time added. It's a 4, so no, he's same time. Third is going to be Pradesh or Butwalker. And it's E. Prads of Kaja. And again, The red one's a 2, so it's the same time. And the fourth one has got to be B Bookwalker. He's the only one that doesn't get a bonus time. The first three do. And his time is 1, so he's the same time. Now we've got the gap to group 2. Group 2 gap is going to be back onto the other spreadsheet. No, wrong one. This one, gaps time. Right, we're going to have a 81. We're going to have a medium gap. 1 to 6. The red dice is a 3, which means it's 50 plus 3d10. So it's 15, 17, 67, 107. So you're going to come in at 348.57. Whoever's coming in. Back to the shot. Now we're going to get group 2. Copy and paste. And group 1 can all be cleared. We've finished with them. Right, so we've got 6 riders with no sprint bonuses. And who's coming in first? 77, which is Di Solana of Italy. Good, who's next? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Five. 69 is S. Schoberger. A Schoberger of Tyrol. And he's got a 4, so it's the same time. Good. $77. Oh, we'll keep them rolling down at the bottom. Matteo Cattiano of Androni. And he's 2, same time. $52 is G. Thomas of Sky. And he's got 1, so he's going to go at the same time. Right, either Villiers or Pierre Roland. And it's P. Roland. Pierre Roland of Cannondale. Well, both Cannondale. Riding together. Wonder who's riding for who. And you've got a 6, so we're going to look at the black die. 5, so that's 349.02. Malachi is a 6 again. He's a bit less. And he's 6 seconds behind you. Right. G3 gap. Right. So as we come out, we can clear that lot. And then we've got 5, and no sprint stars. Oh no, we need to work out the gap. 69, which is medium. 4. 60 plus 3d10. 14. 15. 1 minute 15. So that would be 23, 50. So 350, 23, and we're getting to what? 11, 12, 13. So 11 to 15 places. You don't normally come this far, but I'm doing it for the gaps because I need to get back to the palace on time and give everybody a fair time. Otherwise, there's no point in running this. So now off we got 5 and no sprint stars. Right, good. 10. So E. Bernal. And he's Androni. Right. So let's pace that up a bit. Go to 4. Oh, we're at 1 to 25. Oh, 4 is the top one. So that's M Lander. Oh, opposite to the other group, wasn't it? After all the bottom ones on the other group, it's coming in most of the top ones. Lander's Sky. 2, same time. Good. It doesn't take long to recopy and repaste. Just make the this is just a few seconds, but it's worth it. It makes it easier. I'm doing it this way as well, rather than keeping everybody up and rolling until you get the numbers up. We're rolling for ages, whereas at least with this one, every roll you're getting a result, which is what you want. You don't want to hang it. You know, this can take long enough as it is without making it mega long. Vastana. And a 5 means he's 3 seconds behind. Right, and now we've got the top of the bottom, under 50 or below, above 50, so that's R Torres. R Torres is of Androni. And then we've got J Mendes of Borough. And what we got for the first one? We've got a 4, same time. And the next one is 4, so that's all same time. Next we want the G4 gap. To here. Now I need to cough. Right, 19, that's a minor roll. Minor roll. 5. 3d10 plus 3. 5, 10. 17 and 3 is 20 seconds. 350. 350 and 46 for whoever's coming in first out of this gap. So let's sort this one out. That can be cleared. We don't need that anymore. That can be copied and put up into here. And we've got 6 riders. No sprint stars. Okay. First one is 34, which gives me a D coverage, so a BMC. Okay, so that's what? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This will give me up to 21. As you can see, the groups form and the times can be changed, and obviously you can see how people can win and lose things like this. And we got 5. And we got 33, which is Hugh Carthy. I think he's Cannondale, isn't he? Yeah. And a 2, so same time. Which changes. 44 is Valens Nidisinga, however you pronounce it. Nadi Ndisinga, I suppose, or something like that, of Tyrrell team, and he is 3, same time. So I only ever go down to 3 down here, even though I don't need to go down to 3 really, but it's just easy. 71 is the bottom one, so that's E. Buckman. As I say, when I get down to this stage, I know there's only the top 2, so 1 to 50 is the top one, and the rest is the bottom one. So 51 to 100. So that's the way that one will work. Anyway, Emmanuel Buchan of Bora. Time is the same time. Right, 1 to 50. 09, yep. Wabasi. Wabasi is of Aqua Blue Sport. And then who have we got left? LL Sanchez of Astana. Right. 1, same time. And the last one is 1 again, same time. G5 gap. Right, where's group 5 coming? How far are they behind? Oh, 03, minor gap. 4, 2d10 plus 6. 17 seconds. So that's 3:51:03. See, we've already got a 4-minute gap coming in from the lower end when you think the race was running 3:47, and we're up to 3:51. We'll just get this last group, which is here. I'll clear that, all that up in a minute. Just the 3 riders. Yep. Now I can come down to here and down to here and go. So clears that out of the way. Now we've got 3 riders, so let's go for it, and no sprint points. That's okay. First of all is 83, which is S. Prazazi. Prazazi of Bardini. And he is 3:51:03. Right, who's next? Popovom. 84 is the Orico. And he's San Gemini. And now we've got also Perazzi. No, it's not. It's Alexander Foliforov. And he is Gazprom. Right, let's just check for first one. So 3, so same time. and A2 for the same time. And now the peloton, gap to peloton, going back into here. 29, minor. 2 is 1d10 plus 7, 11 seconds. So there's 3, 51, 14. Okay, right, now we've got the last little bit before we call it quits. And that's to get it all sorted into the charts and sorted so that can go. That one now has been cleared up. Saved, and that can be shut down. The only thing I will have to do is after this stage is come back in tomorrow and just redo the GC top 10 once we've done it, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Okay, right, the easiest thing I find to do start with is to put the maximum time in, because it saves a bit of time. If I get that in like that, pull that down to there and copy. Right, now we copy. Oh no, what are you doing? Back to here. All I want is this one column here. If I do that, that means everybody has got the peloton time and all I've got to do is work my way back up. So we'll work up from the bottom to the top. So Gazprom is on Foliev. That 14 is going to become 03. Sangyana, Sanji Mini, David Arco, and that's going to come back to 03. And now we've got Bardini, Stefan Piazza, that comes back to 03. Right, now we're going to go up to this next bit, Astana, which I might start just typing these in for quickness. Sanchez is 3:50:46. Now if I copy that, this is Wabassi of there we go. Buchanan of Bora. Now I've got Tyrol. Base for Indonesia. Carthia Cannondale. And Crusoe BMC. That's that lot done. Now we're going to go to J Mendes of Borough, which is 3:50:26. We'll copy that to put into the other two riders at that time, which is Torres of Andronida. And Stana. Sky. Mikel Landa. 350.23. And the other one is Bernal up the top. Right. Now we need Cannondale. Yeah, we're almost there. As I say, I apologise for this bit, but it is a bit long-winded, but you need to see it all happening. It's better for you to see the final result after we sort it. Pierre Roland of Cannondale. 349.02. 2. And then everybody else then, Geraint Thomas. 348.57. It's copied because Androni M. Cartiane. It's got the same time. Tyrrell is Schrodinger. Who's got the same time. And Di Solano Team Italy. Got the same time. Right, now we're up to the top bits, which is Bookwalker. And this is all at 347.50. Copy is E. Pradis of Kaja. Let's paste. Oh, Dennis of BMC. And also T-Pin of FDJ. Right, just the time bonuses to put in for our top 3. So it's 10 seconds for Pinot for coming first. Second was Rowan Dennis of BMC, so he gets 6 seconds. And third was Kaja, and he gets 4 seconds. Okay, right, that should just about get that done. As you can see, we've gone to the presentation now because people's times have changed and his time is less than his time and everything. We've got a few little hashes in there, but because their time is less than their time. But let's sort it all and see what happens. And now we've got it. Our top 10 is Pinot Thomas, who's 1 minute and 6 behind. Villa, Dennis, Bookwater, Paredes, Buchanan. BMC now lead the team. Sky have dropped down to third from leading. On that one's, as you say, Pizzazzi is reading King of the Mountain. And Gavazzi is reading things. I just want to say thank you for watching. I know it was a bit longer than normal, but for those that were interested, I wanted to go through a full stage running of Heroes of the Road and introduce it to you. Hopefully, if you like it, go to Roberto and buy it. It's well worth it. It's a great game, great excitement. And you don't need all these spreadsheets. You can just record it in a book if you want. It's just me. I like to do it on spreadsheets. If you like the video, subscribe. Give my channel a like. You know, I'm always happy to see that happen. Anyway, take care and good night, everyone.